something that's called how you can pop up your way to director. Okay, how you can pop up your way to director. This training is on how you can pop up your way to director, is going to give you the insights that you need to take your business to the next level. Okay. Everybody right now knows, everybody's focusing on director. Even brand new people that are coming in are already saying to themselves, hey, look, you know what? I want to be a director with this opportunity. And it doesn't matter if it takes you a month, a year, 2 years, whatever. You just got to make up your mind right now that you're going to do it. And once you make up your mind and you can see yourself as a director, you can see yourself becoming successful, and you know that it's going to happen for you. You have that belief system, that belief structure. Guess what happens? Then you start wanting to get the information and the knowledge. And that's what we're going to be sharing today on this training with you, is how you can pop up your way to director. So let's break this thing down here right now. First thing we're going to be talking about is obviously pop up your way to director. K-pops are the most duplicatable way to become a director. Everybody knows it. The fastest, most duplicatable thing that you can do is make sure you are getting the most important celebrity in RIMAN to work for you. The products. The products are the number one celebrity, right? They are the number one. The products are the number one star in RIMAN. So you want to put these products to work, guess what? For you, okay? And that's the best environment to do that in, is a pop-up. Everybody's been doing them right now like never before. That's why we're on track to have the biggest month that we've ever had in RIMAN history right now. It's unbelievable to see the results right now that everybody's experiencing. So with that being said, let's dive into this, okay? Okay, obviously we all know K-pop-up's the fastest way to become a director. Everybody knows that. This is something that everybody has that ability to be aware of. And everybody's like, okay, the goal is obviously director. Okay, everybody's like, my goal is director. Done deal, right? Let's make a commitment. Let's make a decision, right? Let's make a conviction right now that you're going director no matter what. This is it, right? This is my time. I'm going to be a director. Once you make up that decision to become a director, what do you got to do, right? To be a director, you've got to do what? You got to start developing team leaders, right? You know, and I like to use the word develop, not promote, because we're not just trying to promote people to team leader. We're trying to develop our team leaders. Do you guys see that? We're developing these people, because once somebody hits team leader, that's the beginning, right? We want to help them obviously build a strong team leader, business, which is obviously 10 legs of senior managers. We all know that, right? So when somebody becomes a director, bam, right? I mean, to be a director, you got to be a team leader, right? To become a team leader, what do you got to do? You got to become a senior manager factory, so to speak, right? You got to start creating senior managers right now like never before. So how do you create senior managers? Let's face it, everybody knows this, right? The power of the pop-ups, right? You've got to master K-pop-ups. How to be a senior manager. To be a senior manager, you got to master K-pop-ups. Once you're a senior manager and you've mastered K-pop-ups, then you start duplicating it out. Then you become a team leader, right? And then once you become a team leader, right, and you're like, hey, I want to be a director, I got to start developing what? Team leaders. How do you develop team leaders? Develop senior managers. How do you develop senior managers? Master the pop-up. Like, let's face it, this stuff is not too hard to figure out. We're breaking it down here today, but let's do it, right? If you want to create a new team leader. Somebody's like, I want to create a new team leader like Tim. I've only got 4 team leader legs or 5 team leader legs. I want to have my 10. Grab a brand new person, right? Teach them how to duplicate pop-ups. Start doing pop-ups like never before with them, and tell, show, try, do, right? Duplicate it out, and guess what's going to happen? I'll tell you what's going to happen. They're going to be a team leader, because you can't start doing pop-ups like crazy and not become a team leader. It's bound to happen, because that is how you develop senior managers. Man, I'm getting fired up right now like never before. Let's talk a little bit more about it, okay? I'm going to talk to you guys today about the 7 reasons why pop-ups are so duplicatable. Why are they so duplicatable, Tim? First off is this, for your notes. Everyone can do a pop-up. We all know the average Facebook user has about 338 friends. We know the average Instagram user has about 200 followers. We know that, right? So, but guess what everybody in the world has? Friends with faces, right? Friends with people that they know, family members, people they know that have faces. So everyone can do a pop-up. All you got to do is find a wrinkle. Bam, let's go. So here's how we do it. Number 1, everybody can do it. Number 2, the products are the superstar. Somebody goes, I don't know, I'm nervous. I don't know. You don't have to be nervous. The products work all the time. You understand? The products have a second to none work ethic, because they work all the time. They don't ever stop working. The only way the products don't work is if you're not adding skin to them. Then you're not allowing your sales force to go to work for you. Your sales force is what? The products. How do you put your sales force to use? You add skin to the products. Boom. Like, you don't have to be great. Do you guys see that? Why? Because the products are so great. Okay, and I'm going to talk about really how to do this. A warm market is the only way to start. Everybody knows that, right? When you meet people like, I'm going to go out and talk to strangers, or I'm going to start posting on social media, and I'm just going to get a bunch of random people to sign up. It's like, if you can't influence your friends, you're not going to be able to influence a stranger. And the reason why I say that is because if you know without a shadow of a doubt in your mind that you're going to become wealthy, you know that, are you like, hey, you know what? I'm going to go get wealthy with a bunch of people I've never met before. Or are you going to be like, I want to go get wealthy with my friends and I want to help them become wealthy with me or become a success? Or when you look at RIMAN, it's doing something significant because you're impacting people's lives. When you start making people look better, their confidence goes up, their insecurities go down. We're really changing people's faces and changing people's finances. Warm market's the only way to go. And watch this. Here's it is. Everybody loves to have fun. This is the reason why pop-ups work so well and why they're so duplicatable, because everybody loves to have fun. Here's what we know for sure to be true is that social interaction is a fundamental human need that's essential for people's mental health. So basically what I'm telling you is people's mental health needs them to do pop-ups. Like, hello, mental health's an issue, right? I've got people in my family that have mental health issues, right? And people need social interaction. It's a need, it's a necessity. So when you're doing pop-ups and you're bringing people to pop-ups, you're helping people more than you could ever know because that social interaction, you're having fun. Here's what we know. Faster is better than bigger. Faster is better than bigger. I'll tell you that right now. As every director would rather have 100 pop-ups with 3 guests than 1 pop-up with 300 guests. Why? Because if you have 100 people out there promoting RIMAN, those 100 people are getting jacked out of their mind. See, doing a pop-up's like spraying perfume on somebody else. You can't spray perfume on somebody else and not smell better yourself. Right? When you're spraying people with perfume, you're making them smell good, but you're making yourself smell even better. So what happens is what? When you do a pop-up, you are growing. Like you're like, ooh, you're getting out of your comfort zone. You're growing. Mainly your first one. My first one was, I'm going to tell you, I'll tell you guys some funny stories about my pop-ups that I've done throughout my career. Now, faster is better than bigger. If you have 1 pop-up with 300 people in it, what are you doing? 1 person's getting great information, which is the person presenting. But if you have 100 pop-ups going on, you have 100 of your teammates that are out there that are talking about the products, what's happening. They're getting more fired up about the RIMAN opportunity. How do you motivate people? How do you get motivated, right? Action motivates you, right? So director is a relay race, okay? And to win a relay race, success is always found in the exchange zone. It's about tell, show, try, do, right? I'm going to tell you how to do it. I'm going to show you how to do it. And I'm going to let you try it. And now you know how to do it. We're duplicating, right? Control C, Control V, right? All we got to do is what? Go pop, 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 like popcorn. And then what? Your team's going to start doing what? Pop, 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 like popcorn. You want to have as many people doing pop-ups as possible. And guess who can do it? Everybody. All you got to do is find some products, okay? So next thing I'm going to share with you is how do you pop up your way to director? Start with the pop-up your way to director mindset. You got to have that pop-up your way to director mindset. Let's talk a little bit about what that pop-up to mindset looks like, okay? Here's how you can develop that pop-up to director mindset. Once you pop, here's what happens. You can't stop, right? It's almost like that Pringles. You guys remember the Pringles? I think it was Pringles. Oh, actually, I know it's the Pringles because somebody's got a bag. Somebody's got Pringles right here on their desk, okay? They're not mine, but I might be in trouble. You guys see, I got somebody put this damn on my desk, Pringles dill pickles. So I look guilty as hell. Somebody's like, dude, you got a smoking gun in your hand, dude. Those are your Pringles. They're not, I promise. But okay, nobody's going to believe me. You don't have to. But anyways, Pringles, right? Once you pop, you can't stop, right? You will get better the more pop-ups that you do, right? You're going to get better. You're going to get more fired up. You're going to get more excited, but you just got to start. Once you start, you're just going to start going because you're like, oh my God, this is so much fun. Have your pop-up, have your K pop-up to no matter what, right? A terrible pop-up today is better than a perfect pop-up tomorrow. So many people are like, ready, aim. I'm going to do when I hear people I hear people come up to me, they're like, dude, I'm going to do a pop-up next week, or I'm going to do a pop-up in April. I'm like, I don't say like, oh, dude, like, did you eat a bottle of stupid pills? I'm not going to say something like that to somebody. But here's what I'll tell you. When somebody says something to me like that, I'm like, where did I go wrong? When I got started, guess what I started doing? I started popping up everywhere. Started popping up with the products. Popping products on everybody. Why? Because I knew that I had to talk to a lot of people fast. Right? I would be sitting down at a Starbucks all day long, popping up at a Starbucks. So I pop up at a Starbucks doing one-on-ones all day long and doing what? Right? 2-on-1s, 3-on-1s, because I tell those people to go grab 3 or 4 or 5 of their friends and come back. And I'll do the same thing. And I'm just putting the products on people at the Starbucks, right? And I'm doing it on their wrist, but I'm still making the product superstar, no matter what. But I was like, when I hear people like, I'm doing a pop-up in 3 weeks, I'm like, what are you? I don't understand the concept. Like, you could do a pop-up tomorrow, right now. You could do a pop-up tonight. Like, just pop up at somebody's house with some products and just pop up, boom, share with them the products, tell them the story. It's like, what are we doing? This stuff is not hard. So always remember, a terrible pop-up today is better than a perfect pop-up tomorrow, okay? You can become a director. You become a director by doing, not by watching, okay? So you got to have that give me the ball attitude. You don't have to be smart. You don't have to be great. Like, I don't know as much as many of you on the call about the products. All I know is I put a ton of them on my face, right? And I get a ton of compliments. And I put a ton of product on other people's face. That's it. Like, all I'm doing is just sharing. So it's super simple, right? Use, talk, demo, right? It's use the product, talk about the product, demo the product. That's what a pop-up is, guys. Don't overcomplicate it, okay? Now, here's what I want to share with you. Don't be perfect, be believable. Don't be a know-it-all, be a do-it-all. Hello. Be a do-it-all, not a know-it-all. Why is that? People don't buy based upon like information. You know what I mean? Like, you don't fact somebody to death, right? You're either, in life, my mentor said, you're either a root digger or a fruit picker. And I go, what's the difference? He goes, a fruit picker is somebody that likes to enjoy the benefits of success. A root digger is just trying to figure out how everything works. He goes, root diggers get dirty hands. He goes, but fruit pickers get fat. I'm like, woo-wee. And I'm not talking about like fat, like, hello. I'm talking about like a fat check. I'm like, heck yeah, let's go. So got to understand that you don't be perfect, be believable, right? If you know too much, you're going to have worse success. I'll meet people all the time in RIMAN that when they first get in, they're blowing it up, man. They're on fire. They're excited. And then what happens is the more they start to learn, they go from ignorance on fire to intelligence on ice. Do you guys see that? I just stay ignorance on fire. You see what I do? Now, I jumped on I graduated from Product University, but I was the worst of all time to take the test. It's a 1 out of 4 on most of the questions. Like, you should have about 25% if you just guess A on all of them. And she goes, did you try to get these wrong? She goes, I've never seen somebody, you didn't get how did you get everything wrong? You had a 25% chance of getting it right. I'm like, come on, man. This stuff is these words. I'm not a product specialist. What am I? Right? I'm a money-making specialist. How do you do that? Don't be a know-it-all. Be a what? Do it all. Okay? Everything duplicates, because how you bring them in is how you bring them up. So if you get all technical, and I know some are like, well, Tim, my friends are different. Trust me, they're not. Let me prove it. If you want to get into a debate session about this, we can do it. Okay? This is why don't be a know-it-all, be a do-it-all. Okay? My mentor said 80% of decisions are based upon logic, 80% is based upon emotion, 20% is logic. He goes, you just need enough logic to justify an emotional decision. And he said, look at clothes that people wear. You'd be wearing a burlap bag, right? If you didn't make decisions based upon emotion. He goes, the last thing you'd ever do is kiss somebody, because your mouth's not the cleanest place on your body, right? And you're over there kissing somebody. That's not logical. Right? So I'm telling you that you got to realize that people make decisions based upon emotion. Okay. And when I talk to people about the products, I'm not talking about the products. What am I talking about? The compliments they're going to get. Right? I'm talking about results on ingredients. I'll get into that later. But everything duplicates. How you bring them in is how you bring them up. Right? Be confident, make it duplicatable, and have fun. Literally, right there. Be confident, make it duplicatable, and have fun. Visualize the results you want. If you're taking notes, write that down again. Visualize the results you want. So important. When you visualize the results you want, guess what happens? You have confidence, right? But if you're like, oh my God, I don't think it's going to go good. And you're like that, you're right. It won't for you because you have no confidence. It's going to be terrible because that's what you're focusing on. If you focus on what you want, you get what you want. If you focus on what you don't want, you get more if you don't want. Focus on how you want it to happen. It's going to be the best event ever. Like that's how I look at it. Okay. The only thing you're missing is the fact you think you're missing something. Jackpot. You might want to write that one down. The only thing you're missing is the fact you think you're missing something. Okay. All you got to do is just pop till you drop. That's it. Pop till you drop. That's all we're doing. Pop up. Boom. Let the products be the superstar. Pop up. Get out of the way. Let the products do their thing. Right. It's like pop up. Let the products do their thing. That's all we're doing. Pop up. Let the products do their thing. Okay. Here's what I want to tell you about this. Okay. This one's really good. Okay. I'm going to give it to you right now. Okay. Fancy doesn't duplicate. Low budget equals duplication. I've done pop-ups in the most random places. Okay. I've done pop-ups I was telling on the live on Monday, I've done pop-ups at a trailer park, right? I mean, I literally did it. I was like going to this dude's house, and then all of a sudden we pop up in his trailer park, right? And he's got a handful of gas. We get them all jacked. They're like, dude, let's go get some people. And then they left and they went and got 4 or 5 people. And I was just like, we can't fit in this trailer no more. So we were out front of the trailer, right? And people were sitting around. And we were just doing a pop-up outside in the trailer. And they were like, all these people all jacked. They went and got another group. I was like, you don't have to be perfect. You got to be believable. Okay. Everything duplicates. So just do it the right way. Okay. Always remember, you don't want to be fancy. I'm not saying to go, you know what I mean? Like go do it at a trailer park, but I'm telling you, if that's where somebody lives, that's perfect. Because that's where that's what's going on. That's what their friends are used to, right? There's nothing, you don't have to have some fancy house. It's not a good idea unless you already have a fancy house. Like I'll have people that live in an apartment and they're like, okay, I'm going to borrow my aunt's house. It's a big fancy house. It's like, you're not trying to impress people. You're trying to duplicate. In San Diego, Abigail Meister, one of our top directors, she lives in Kansas City, and one of her groups in San Diego had a pop-up for me, right? So for me and Chris, they had 2 pop-ups on a Saturday. So we did the first one. Perfect, man. It was at a gym, right? It was a gym. And it was closed. The gym was closed, and all these people that work out at the gym were all there. Smelled like a gym. I was like, this is duplicatable. I love it. Then we went to somebody's house, and I walked in, they had crab legs. I'm like, oh my Lord. Put those crab legs away. Like, are you kidding me? Thank God I was there earlier. That would have been a disaster. Somebody busting out crab, spend $200 on crab legs? That's a recipe for failure, right? You don't want to do that. Okay, you want to keep it maybe some chips. But don't be over the top. Somebody goes, well, my friends are expecting a charcuterie board. All right, just chill out, okay? Don't be over the top, dude. Why? Because you're trying to duplicate, right? You're trying to duplicate, and you don't want somebody going, damn, this looks like it's hard to set up. I don't want to do it, okay? You want to be, oh, yeah, this is super simple. That's why I like to do stuff fast, right? Do it quick. Because if somebody calls somebody and says, hey, whatever you got going on tomorrow, just cancel it. Trust me, whatever you got going on, you got to come over to my house, man. I'm going to show you something you're going to love. I'm not taking no for an answer. Just get over here. And what is it all about? You know what I mean? If you tell them, it's about this K-beauty movement that's going on right now. I just position myself with it. It's going to be huge. I got something big I got to show you. But I don't even talk about that. I just tell people, just get over here. Trust me, right? I'm not taking no for an answer. Whatever you got going on, cancel it. Just get over here. Now, people go, that's pushy, Tim. I go, that's why it worked. Because I wasn't pushy. When I first got into this industry, I was pretty chill. I was like, dude, like I was a 17-year-old kid when I got in this industry. So I was like, dude, yeah, man. Like I was like a normal kid from California, right? It sounded like an idiot. So when I got started, when I was like telling people whatever you got going on, cancel, they were like, damn, this must be important. Now, people have something they can't get out of. They're not going to cancel. It's not like somebody's like, oh, I got a funeral. Okay, I'm going to cancel. They're not going to do that, right? But they're going to know that you're what? Serious. So next time you try to invite them, guess what? They're going to pay attention. God, this is gold. Okay, let's wrap this. Okay, here we go. Wait a second. I just told, okay. I thought that was the 6 tips. I'm like, did I just give you the 6 tips? It's 8. Okay, no, fancy doesn't duplicate. We know that, okay? So here we go. Pop up your way to director, okay? The separation to director is in the preparation, right? The separation to director is in the preparation, okay? To become a director, the separation is in the preparation. Let's talk about it, okay? What are you going to do before? That's the magic. Before your pop-up, what do you want to do? What I do, and Danny Bay does this still to this day, right? I showed him this back when we first started working together, and it's unbelievable. This stuff doesn't change. Always ask this question: what must I do right now to be able to do the best K-pop ever? right? What must I do to be able to do the best presentation ever? What must I do right now to be able to do the best training ever, right? Like you ask yourself that question so your subconscious mind brings the results to you. Anything that you're doing, any event, whether it be a Zoom, whether it be a training, whether it be a convention, you got to prepare before. You got to obviously take action and do the right things during it and then after, right? Every Zoom that we've got going on is designed to develop your business, right? But you've got to do the right thing before, right thing during it, right thing after. Okay, I'm not going to talk about what all that is, but you just watch me, right? Whenever I'm on a Zoom and Danny Bay's doing a Zoom, I'm just sitting there taking notes like crazy. Why? Because I know that the people that are on my team are watching me. As a leader, you live in a fishbowl, right? So you want to do the right thing before, you want to do the right thing during, you want to do the right thing after, right? Well, what are those things? Let's talk about, okay? I'm going to talk about what to do before first, okay? This is on tips on how you can prepare before your K-pop up, okay? Always remember you want to invite twice as many people. How many? Twice as many people as you want to show. So if you want to have 5 people there, invite 10. If you want to have 3 people, you got to invite 6, 7, right? So whatever you want and whatever you want to invite twice as many people. Be positive when people don't show. Like it's stupid that I have to even say that, like literally, but I'm telling you, it's true. I'll be at an event and they're like, oh my God, there's like 4 people there. And they're like, oh man, I wish Janet would have came. I'm like, oh my God, these 4 people like are sad now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't even talk about the no-show that didn't show. I don't even mention that, right? Just talk about the ones that are there and how fired up that you're there and how they were hand-selected to be there, right? Like, I just wanted to talk to you guys about it first, right? So pick a location, office, home, recreation room, restaurant. I've done them everywhere. I did them at a restaurant in Northern California one time at a Round Table's Pizza. And I'm like, we're just taking over this round table. This seems like crazy to me, right? Like this is out of control. So I said to myself, like, I better order some pizzas or I don't want them to kick us out halfway through. So I started ordering some pizzas and stuff, started the meeting. I'm like, we're going to eat pizzas afterwards. And I started doing the presentation. And apparently, I don't know why Round Table does this, but they slap their pizzas. Like the dude is just slapping it, making the most noise in the world. But I was like, this is perfect. Why? Because it's duplicatable. When people would walk into the round table and go, bing bong. Every time they'd walk out, bing bong. I'm like, ooh, this is awesome, right? Because it's duplicatable. You got to realize I'm looking for duplicatable. I'm looking for low budget. I'm looking for somebody going, dude, these guys are doing this at a round tables. And there was like over 20 people there. It was crazy. All right. 15, 20 people. It was like out of this world. I've never seen anything like it. I'm super excited though. So here we go. Have 2 pop-ups to promote, right? Alternative choice, Sunday, Monday, afternoon, weekend or weekdays, whatever. But you want to be having your pop-ups have 2 to promote. Okay, we'll talk about that more later, but be confident, excited, exclusive, tie down, and edify. How do you tie down? That's how you get people to show, right? Is look, you just tell them, I just tell people like this, look, I know I can trust you and I can count on you to be there, right? I can count on you to be there. And if you've got somebody coming in from out of town, I'll let them know, hey, look, you know what? A buddy of mine that I want to introduce you to is going to be coming in from out of town just to meet you, right? So that's if you have your upline coming to your pop-up, right? But you don't need your pop-up. You don't need an upline there. The products are your upline, right? They're always there for you. Here it is. Let me tell you. Here's number 5 is be prepared, right? Have the products, mirrors, product order forms with pics, okay, planner apps, product brochures, product boxes, before and after slide deck. I'll give you guys the slide deck in a second. I have a QR code you guys can scan to get the slide deck, but you want to be prepared, or you can make your own slide deck. It doesn't matter, but I'll give you mine anyways. Okay. Assault the senses, right? You want to have sight? Like you don't have to clean up your house super good, but if there's like a dog that pooped on your floor, get it cleaned up. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to be over the top because your buddies have probably been to your house before, but if every time they come to your house, you super clean up, then super clean up. But if you're kind of like me, like I'm just like, dude, like what's up? I'm just a normal human being, right? Or maybe below normal. And people come to my house, it's not clean all the time, right? It's just whatever it is, right? So the sight, smell, right? You always make your house smell good though. Like that's a no-brainer. Taste, you want to have like cucumber water. Touch, let them touch the products. Sound, you've got to have chill music playing, whatever you like, whatever. But you don't want to have like some crazy, you know what I mean, stuff. Like meaning like some like, you know what I mean, like death metal or something like that, or that people are like, trying to break some of your pop-up or whatever. But just do whatever people are normal. People know what's up with you. Like you rock music all the time. My wife just throws on like whatever I don't want to say her name, but Siri. I said it. No, that's Siri. Alexa, right? Oh God, she's gonna talk back. Alexa, and then Alexa will just play music or whatever. That's how we do it. Like whatever. Watch Angie's product training. That's you can find it in the back office. Go into Product University. Watch a couple of those, but don't learn too much, right? And if you do learn too much, don't act like you know it all. People ask you a question, they don't know the answer to it. Do you understand? Like, let me give you a leadership tip here. If you're taking notes, this is jackpot city. This is above and beyond what I'm giving you right now. This is extra added benefits, okay? This is like super great leadership information here. I'm going to give it to you for free, okay? Here's what it is. When somebody asks you a question, they don't know the answer. Now, in school, when a teacher asks you a question, they know the answer. They're just looking to see if you do, okay? In real life, that's not how it works. So if somebody, what are we trying to do? Are we trying to impress people? No. What are we trying to do? We're trying to empower, not impress. So if somebody asks me a question, and even if I do know the answer to it, I'm going to be like, man, that's a good question. I never thought about that. Let me find out. And I go, let me show you how I find out. And then I go find out. Why? Now they go, dang, he doesn't know either. And he's doing so good. You understand? It makes people feel good about not knowing something. So if you're a know-it-all and you like to kind of like flex on how much you know, now somebody goes, well, my friends all think I'm smart. Perfect. Then they're going to go, wow, they're smart. And they don't even know the answer. That's good. I don't feel like a knucklehead. You guys got to realize how people's brains work, right? We're trying to empower, not impress people, okay? Have your kids, pets, negative family members in the other room, okay? Like, I'm going to talk about pets for a second. I told this story about this at the university last night, but a good friend of mine, Andy Chow, he's a good friend of mine. I just went and said his name, put him on blast. But Andy, we did a pop-up at his house, and like I told him, put your dogs away or whatever. Dog starts barking. This guy goes crazy, grabs the crate, throws the crate out, and I'm seeing this out of the corner of my eye. Everybody's looking at me, and I'm doing I'm doing the talking, and I look, and I just see this dude throwing the dog in the crate with the crate. I'm like, this dude just pulled a Michael Vick right in front of my face. Don't be like, obviously, I'm just telling you guys, I've had everything go wrong that could possibly go wrong. I've had cats attack me. It's like, who's not declawing their cats, right? Like messing up my pants. Like I've had dogs come. I've had fire. Oh my God, I told the fireworks story. I had fireworks for 4th of July. We were in a not so safe neighborhood and I was doing a pop-up and you're pop, 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 pop. And I just dropped to the floor and I'm yelling, get out, get down. And my wife is dying laughing. She goes, it was like July 2nd. She goes, those are just fireworks. She was just so stupid. So, I mean, I've had, imagine, like anything that could go wrong is gone wrong, but I like it when it goes wrong because it's believable. You understand? Like, I'm not trying to be perfect. What I'm trying to be is duplicatable, okay? Always remember, one rotten apple spoils the whole barrel. You're going to have negative people, right? But if you have them in your meeting, like just sitting there, like making fun of you while you do it, it's not going to be helpful, right? So here it is. Now we're going to talk about just do it. I got to wrap this thing up here in a short period of time. So tips on how to prepare during the K-pop. So what do we do during the K-pop up? You guys ever wonder that? Visualize the event going perfect. We talked about that earlier. Have it happen perfectly first in your mind's eye, okay? Second, I would encourage you to read this book. It's called How to Make People Like You in 90 Seconds or Less by Nicholas Boothman. Okay, it's one of those easy books to read. It's like, literally it's like an hour read. It's not like a full-on, like, you know what I mean, novel or something like that. It's not like a romantic novel. It's like a 5-second read, not 5-second read, but it's like literally a fast read. Like you can read and just dig a couple good ideas out of it all the time, okay? Now, number 3 is this, and the reason why is because I don't want to get into how to form and how to find out people's hot buttons and how to make people like you fast, okay? I'm not going to get into that right now. That's a whole nother training, but if you just read that book, you'll get everything that I know about it. When you introduce everybody to each other, edify each person. Always be a good finder, not a fault finder. Find good about people and say it about them. No one rises to low expectations. So you want to get everybody feeling great about themselves, and then it makes them want to be around you more, right? Because they're feeling great. So discover everybody's hot button, right? Family, occupation, recreation, money, okay? Talk about results, not ingredients before you start. Use bold statements like, you're going to love these products. You're going to love these products, man. You're going to be touching your face after you wash your face with the products. You're going to go, oh my God, my face never felt like that before. You're selling results, not ingredients, okay? Now, right there, that QR code will give you the before and afters. Okay, that's the before and after video. If you click on that, it'll take you to a WeTransfer file. Don't do it on your phone. Take a picture of it or whatever. Get that link and just email it to yourself. Open it on a desktop. Trust me, okay? But unless you have the app already downloaded, the WeTransfer app. Okay, most people don't. Okay, I don't. I have an account, but I don't know how to do that. So here it is. Be an assistant buyer, right? That's the biggest thing. So watch the before and after show like you've never seen it before. Like, oh my God, that's amazing. Wow, look at that one. Whoa, Bro, that's insane. Look at that before and after. You understand? You're gonna hanging out with them, letting that. Now that's as everybody's coming in. Like everybody's coming in, mingling and chilling. You're introducing everybody to everybody, finding out everybody's hot buttons, finding out form, and then you're gonna kick it off, right? So the most important part is the forming at the beginning. Okay. So just share your enthusiasm, right? The last four letters are IASM. I am sold myself. Just get fired up, and people are gonna be attracted to you like a magnet on steroids. Okay. Build to director with expectancy. Okay. I hope some of this information is resonating with you. Okay. When you're going director, man, you got to have expectancy, right? When you're wrapping up everything that you operate, everything that you do, you have to have that expectancy. You got to see it happening. You got to know what's going to happen, right? You got to know what's going to happen. You got to know the results are going to show up. So let's talk a little bit about it, right? Tips on how to be prepared for after your pop-up. So right when the pop-up ends, what do we do now? AAFTC. Always ask for the close, right? Always ask for the close. Like look, always ask for the close. If I know that I'm going to close something very strong, the presentation is going to be perfect. It's like I'm not going to get into this too much, into too many visuals, but the first time I went on a date with my wife, I already knew. Like I was going in for the kiss. You see how I operate? So I already knew that's how I do things. Like I'm like, this person's too beautiful. I'm not going to not go in for the kiss. Like she's just so much. So I was like, boom, right at the end, I'm going in for the smoocher, right? So automatically knowing that I'm going to do that, knowing that that's going to happen, the whole date went great, right? It's the same thing with closing, right? If I know at the end, I'm pulling out an application and I'm going to be like, okay, what was your favorite products? I want to make sure I set you up for success and help you order these products and pull out an order form and start filling it out for them. They're like, dang, this guy's confident in what he's doing. You know what I mean? Like I just have a ton of confidence and know that it's like, I know my products are the best. And I know they have a 30-day money back guarantee. So they got nothing to lose and everything to gain. Who wouldn't want to take advantage of a situation with nothing to lose and everything to gain? Let's go. Ask for the close, right? Number two, I always ask people like this, and you guys, everybody teaches something different. Use whatever you like. I'm just giving you guys why. I can tell you why I do this, but are you more interested in just the products, or are you more interested in the products and the opportunity? So at the end, after I'm done, are you more fired up about the products, or are you more fired up about the products and the opportunity? And when you ask that question, smile and nod your head with them. You guys see that? You're smiling and nod your head, right? You don't have to be over the top crazy smile like a freaking crazy person, like, you understand? But just be like, you want to be smiling and grinning and saying and nodding your head. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's a no-brainer, right? It's body language. I got another book for you to read on that. I'm not going to get into tonight, okay? Fill out the paperwork, right? And receive payment. Best way to do it is act like a cashier at a gas station, right? You ever go into a gas station and the cashier's like, cash or credit? Like when you go into like a convenience store, they're like, you buy a stick of bubble gum, like cash or credit, or just swipe your card here. Like they're not like, okay, oh my God, I'm getting to the payment. Oh, let me call my upline. Let me call the person I'm working with. Oh my God, it's time to receive payment. Tell a story. It's like, stop, dude. Like people got to not be like that. Like I'm telling you, if you want to be great at closing, and I'll give, like I have a whole entire training on that. Okay, so I'm not going to get into it tonight. Here's what I want to share with you. And there it is right there. That QR code right there, that is the objection. That's, whoa, what happened? You're over here just pushing buttons like a wild man, Tim. Okay, here's what I want to tell you. That QR code right there is actually a training on how to overcome objections and how to close and how to get people started, okay? So that's a full-on training. I'm not going to get into it tonight, okay? When you have time, just watch it. But objections are buying signs, not stop signs, okay? You want to watch the overcoming objections training. Like, people are like, they think an objection is a rejection. No, a rejection. How do you know when somebody rejects you? They walk away from you. Do you understand? If they're still sitting there, they want to buy, even though they might be saying, I don't know, I want to think about it, or giving you some type of an objection. Their butt is still there. You read their body language. Their mouth might be saying no, but their body's saying yes, because as soon as they don't, they're going to stand up and walk away from you. Okay. So just realize that. And then obviously we all know BAP, right? Book a party from a party. We talk about BAM FAM, book a meeting from a meeting all the time, but you want to do book a party from a party, right? Or book a pop-up from a pop-up, right? But it's what I like to do is I like to do a host program, and I just do it on my own. As I just say, like, look, anybody that wants to book a party with me, and we're able to get a minimum of 500 in sales at that party. Look, I'm gonna give you You know what I'm going to give you? I'm going to give you a booster and a serum, free booster and serum, or a free X cream or whatever, because I know I'm making money. You guys see that? So I use it as a product, as a host program, right? And launch your new planners right away, right? We all know this. Get them on the next Zoom. Whatever the next Zoom is, promote it. So I'm giving commercials during the Zoom. During the pop-up. So I'm doing a pop-up and I'm like, man, tomorrow, like tonight or tomorrow night or Monday night, man, I'm so pumped up because they're going to go through everything on Monday night. We have a Zoom, an overview. It's on Zoom, so it's super easy to take advantage of. But on Monday, they have this great Zoom. And then then I'll be going through the pop-up some more. And then I'm talking about something. I'm going to be like, bam, Monday, I know I already told you this, but Monday, they're going to go over all this in a lot more detail. So I'm always giving a commercial like every 5 to 7 minutes throughout my entire like wow party presentation that I'm doing. The pop-up presentation in the glow up, whatever you guys, everybody calls them different stuff. But all I'm doing is basically pop it till you drop, getting everybody to the next event, right? So here's what I want to tell you is launch your new planners, get them to on the next Zoom, get them to senior manager fast, like ASAP, get new planners registered right away for the Vegas convention. That's the most important thing. Unless you're in Asia, then get them committed to the Macau event. When somebody gets started, and if you literally are not getting them registered for Vegas right away, you're literally grabbing a gun and shooting them right in their foot. Like that's what you're doing. You understand? Because are you trying to just sign people up and sell them products? I'm not, obviously you don't tell a customer that, but I'm talking about if somebody signs up as a planner. Are you trying to develop people or are you just trying to sell them products? Because if you're trying to sell them products, you're missing the boat. Okay, I'm not trying to sell people products. I'm trying to develop leaders. So right away, I'm vision casting. Right, I'm talking about August 7th, 8th, and 9th. Whatever you got going on, you got to be with us in Las Vegas, man. At the MGM Grand, trust me when I tell you, that's going to be the thing that's going to be the difference maker for you. And I'll have them register and get a ticket right on the spot. Okay, I don't play games. I'm not like that kind of guy that's like weak. Like I'm strong. I don't mess around. Okay, and I'm telling you, it's the best way to do it because people are going to thank you because you're leading and navigating to success and creating the right culture. Okay, always remember to post close. What is that? Post close like at the end. Oh my God, this was so much fun. Like, dang, this was just like the time of my life. I love hanging out with you guys. This was the best event ever. Like, this was so much fun. Like, this is the best pop-up ever. So excited. And when you're saying that, they're saying the same thing too. You know what I mean? So you want to make sure you post close so everybody leaves going, man, that was fun, right? Everybody knows this stuff. It's kind of no-brainer stuff, okay? So now let's wrap this thing up here today. I want to make sure that we get done on time. So pop up your way to director. This is how you pop up your way to director, okay? Duplicate the S4D system, right? Right? That's the Seekers for Director system, okay? What's the Seekers for Director system? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Let me show you, okay? Here's how the Seekers for Director system works, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Pick one or more starter kits. When everybody gets started, you want to duplicate this, right? You want to follow the S4D system. You want to duplicate this, okay? Pick one or more of the starter kits. Number 2, host at least 2 pop-ups every week. That's like if you're part-time, okay? If you're part-time, do 2, right? Like for me, I still do like 7 or 8 presentations a day, okay? I'm not even playing games. Like I'm dead serious. Like I'm popping up everywhere. I'm popping up on people's computer screen. I'm popping up everywhere. You know what I mean? I'm a pop-up, right? I'm like, poof, pop-up. I'm popping up everywhere. But it's like, pick one or more starter sets, host at least 2 pop-ups a week, like every week, no matter what, okay? With at least 3 or more prospects in each of the pop-ups. Okay. Now, obviously, if you get 2 or 2, that's okay, right? Don't be like, oh my God, or you have 1, oh my goodness, right? Then just the next one, you want to make sure you get 3 yet, right? It's not like end of the world. But the reason why on our promotion, you've got to have 3 guests at your pop-up to enter into the $3,000 in cash and prize giveaway that we're doing, right? We're doing 3,000 total. And we're going to be raffling it off every week on the Facebook page. The reason why we're doing that is why. Why are we doing that? It's super simple to understand why we're doing that, okay? Because we want to make sure that everybody gets in the habit of having at least 3 or more prospects at each of the one-up pop-ups, right? For a minimum of the next 4 weeks. So when somebody gets started, if you run this system, pick one or more starter sets, bam. Host at least 2 pop-ups every week, bam. With at least 3 prospects or more in each one, bam. For a minimum of the first 4 weeks, guess what happens? This is the system that we ran to build $1 billion company in skincare, okay? This is what we did. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't have to be an all-star. You just got to be able to count to 4. Okay? This is the secrets to success system, right? The secrets for director system. Okay. This is basically the system on how to become a director. Okay. You do it for at least the first 4 weeks with your brand new person. Okay. And make sure that they're doing it for the first 4 weeks, no matter what. And if everybody's doing that, maybe the first two, if you get somebody started that's new, that maybe you could just jump on a Zoom. If they're not near you, just pop into their living room on a Zoom and talk to everybody for like 5 or 10 minutes. Let them edify you and edify the guests. And then you just say how excited you are. I can't wait for you to try the products. You couldn't be in better hands. John right now is going to be the, or Susan or whoever, Mandy or whatever the person's name is, Mindy. This person here right now that you're working with, she's really like going to be the leader of that market right now. She's going to be spearheading the entire St. Louis community, St. Louis market. Like you are never been in better hands than you are right now. So bam, that's all you got to do, man. It's super simple. Just do it. Like the key is just do it. So many people are just like, ready, aim. And they're like, my gun doesn't work. It's like, it's not that your gun doesn't work. It's just, you're just aiming. You got to pull the trigger. Just go. Just start finding people having skin on, having fun. If you want to have more success, you got to have more fun. That's the magic. I'm just having fun playing tag over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ready or not? Here I come. Pop up. You're it. Pop up. You're it. I'm just popping up. Like pop up. Boom. Let's do it. Okay. So obviously MGM Grand, we all know we're going to be there August 7th, 8th, and 9th.